Okay. All right. It's back going
Good?
again. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to one person.
So sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened to the internet connection. Welcome back. We were talking about methamphetamine, which we won't talk about anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, lots of movement and attention on our Jerry to Y video that we put out last week. And so, yeah, thank you guys for the support. And so we'll see if we can get a sit down with Jerry. Because, I know a lot of people choose to live their life behind they don't want to be. Here's a problem: is that like somebody like Jerry is is a humble person, doesn't talk a lot. In the media, is not in the media a lot. But the problem with being that type of a person is that when it comes to a time where you have somebody who is in the media a lot who wants to say something about you, or you end up needing to defend your character, or or stand up for yourself, like you have no voice. And so I just feel like Jerry was, has been put in a position where he needs people to hear his voice, and because he's not that type of person, like he doesn't speak up a lot, then now he's in a position where like he doesn't really have like a big platform to be able to say what he wants. Like we don't know Jerry really. And he doesn't owe, like I said, he doesn't owe us anything. We don't need to see the behind the curtain, behind the scenes into his life. But I mean, I believe so much in personal branding that like I don't feel like there's any option for people like him to like if nobody knows who he is, like nobody will nobody will care. Once he's done performing our hands, we'll just move on, right? But Jerry still needs to live a life. And so that's why I want to, bring some attention to his situation and sit down with him and like hopefully you guys can try to get to know him a little bit. And I don't know if it'll ever happen, but yeah, that's what I would hope with this kind of stuff. Like we're not journalists, we're not people who like breaking news or whatever, but it's nice to put a bit of a story behind people's name and their face. Yeah.
Well, it's the feedbacks from.
Yeah, there was a lot of
that feedback that we got
from who?
The email and that phone
Oh
call.
yeah. So there's some things that might be because of that video. There might be some things in the works that would allow us to help him and other players who have played for Fiji Rugby to have a second life, have a life after rugby. And so you see this evolution with a lot of rugby players like Jerry. He was, he had programs that, with teams that he would coach and player coach that would allow, scout talent and allow them to play for like a reputable team to be scouted for the national team or for overseas contracts and stuff like that. And then now you see this kind of change, with the age of the players now looking for more like life after rugby. Instead of talking about, how to get kids into rugby, it becomes more of a thing of life after rugby. And that's not something that, these guys just play rugby. They're not, they're not like financial experts. They're not doctors. They're not teachers. They're not, like their skill has given them the ability to travel the world and do stuff that most of us can never say we'll ever do, but like when it comes to like when you're injured and you have brain trauma and you're broken and you've had injuries your whole life, it's like, so now what do I do? And actually I met Rupeni Daudau at Extra.
Oh
And,
yeah. He's there now. Eh?
Yeah. So he's based in Labasa.
You talked to him?
Yeah. So we chatted. Yeah.
When was
He
this?
was. It was about 3 weeks ago. It was just
When it opened?
after. It was on New Year's Day. New Year's Day. And first time that I went to the new Extra supermarket in Damora City. And he's like head of customer service or something, client relations. And so he's just like standing there behind the counter.
Yeah.
And so, or behind like, yeah, all the tills and everything, just
Yeah.
watching. And then he like came up to me and he's like,
He came
up to me and he's like, hey, he's like, man, my kids, they just like love it. Every time I come home, they just want my phone so they can like go and watch your stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you think we could take a picture together? Like for my kids, like they just, and I was like looking at him, I'm like, whoa, this is who this is. And so Rupeni Daudau is actually like, he was actually one of the most famous rugby players of his time. This is probably going back, 20 years, maybe 15 years. And one of the most destructive wingers that will ever play the game. Just, again, a boy from the village. And he's talked openly about this, a boy from the village who didn't have any skills other than rugby and farming and fishing. And, made it in rugby. And then because of his lifestyle and, the way that he used to live, it was hard for him to like be required to show up for practice every single day when he played for a club. And because that's just not the way he was raised. Fiji life is like, at least in the village, it's like if you want to, you can. If you don't want to, then you don't. And at any moment, one of your elders can come and tell you to go do this or that, and you have to do this or that, right? So, yeah, he came up and like shook my hand and like asked me to take a picture with him, and I'm like, dude. And I said to him, I said, no. I said, I want to take a picture with you.
Yeah.
And so I gave my camera to this guy, and he gave his camera, and then took a picture on his phone, took a picture on my phone. And I'm like, dude, what? I was like, what world are we living in right now? Like, where like he would want to take a picture with me. I'm like, this is not.
It's not right.
It's not right.
Yeah.
Like, don't ask me to take a picture with you, dude. No. You should like walk up to me like, do you want to take a picture with me?
Yeah.
You know who I am? I'm Rupeni Daudau, man. You want to take a picture with me? I'm like, shoot. So that was pretty.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Did you see him there when you went there?
No, but I saw a post from John Epton. The lawyer that came to the.
Oh yeah.
So I saw the post and I saw him on the.
Oh, yeah, with him.
I was like, dude, this guy's working at Extra now.
Yeah. He was working Extra for a while. Before, I think he's been working for Extra for a while. Whoa, we got a bunch of new questions that have come in.
Really? Yeah. Oh, and what's this? William Ryder as well.
Yeah. So William Ryder. Yeah. So we spent a bunch of time with William Ryder. Probably like one of my top heroes, rugby heroes, like growing up.
He came up to you too. Oh, you went to him.
No, I think I went to him.
Yeah. But then.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. But then we took pictures together and yeah, we're gonna make some content together. Anyways, us and William Ryder. Yeah. And so he loves diving and spearfishing, so we got some plans, and we're gonna do some. We're gonna just have fun with him and try to like, tell a bit of his story as well.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a whole competition there.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good competition with him. We'll smack him up. Coming from Instagram, can you give me one of your umbrellas? Yeah, for $40. So yeah, like you guys, we spent about I don't know $5,000 or $6,000 on all the merch, and so like hats, we won't do hats again. You guys didn't want the hats. That's cool, but yeah, I would love to like give away more stuff, but like we gotta like start rolling a little bit more, and so we need you guys to support us because like we have like 200 some hats that like we bought that probably won't sell, and that's fine. Like maybe we'll do giveaways or that kind of stuff, but I don't want to also give away stuff that's just like, hey, this didn't sell, so I'm gonna give it away. But that's probably what I'll do anyways.
But not right now.
But yeah, like we invest all this money, you only get like half of it out, and so you kind of like, the point of it is that you like make some money. At least, you know, like the point with merch is not to like have this big income revenue stream. It's that like we can work with our logistics manager, Christine, because she's epic, and like help her family out. And then you guys are just wearing, you know, the brand around and like repping the brand. And so I think we learned a lot with that last merch drop. I think we got to do like a bit more legwork in trying to get people, you know, on board with like what we're doing and repping the brand. But there's a lot of, like, it's picking up momentum a little bit. Like we haven't put a lot of effort into the marketing in the last couple months, even, or the last month, and you guys are still buying it, coming to the coffee shop, still ordering it.
Oh yeah.
And so, like you said, there's like 10 people who bought it the other day at the coffee shop.
Yeah, and a few of them bought the trucker hat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so that's a hard one to sell because it's very expensive.
So I need my commission.
Yeah, you need your commission. Yeah. Don't worry, you get commission from other things. You bloody namu.
Hey, come on. Bola Laja Kuneka from New Zealand.
What's up? What's up? Thank you for joining.
Bola Re Usaya. Bola. Hey, Bola Liam.
Hey, Liam.
Puna
I heard
tahu
that you wanted to roast people on this thing. So where you at, bro? Come out of the shells. Nervous laughter. Relationship advice, crying face, laughing face. Happy New Year's, guys. Thank you. Will you open your coffee shop here in Suva? Yes, we will open our coffee shop in Suva. We keep having to delay it, and it just gets frustrating. But we have had plans. We've had an investor lined up, and now, unfortunately, he is going through some marital issues. And so what that means when you go through divorce is that your funds get tied up. So we don't know when that'll be available. So we don't have the capital to be able to do this ourselves, but we have the brand, and we believe that, you know, a short amount of time that we've been around and only existing in Sanganga, that we've done we've started something really neat with fresh tea and coffee. And so we are going to bring it to Suva. I am in touch with another potential investor, but if you guys know of somebody that would like to get involved in business in Fiji, we're looking for people to invest in the business, and you guys can email me at businessops@wakafarms.com, all right? businessops@wakafarms.com, all right? I'll get that email set up right after this. I'll just open that up so don't forget, because we want to open in Suva as soon as we can. That requires, so whether you have a location or whether you know, just send us a message. Shoot us an email, businessops@wakafarms.com. The reason that we do a lot of this kind of stuff, like doing the lives and doing all the content, is so that we can like inspire other people to do what we're doing and to like not move to Fiji or do whatever, but like step out of your comfort zone. If there's something that you really, really want to do with your life and you feel like you might get to the end and be like, oh, I wonder what would have happened if I would have done that, we're here to say like, hey, do everything you can to do that thing so you don't get to the end and wonder what if. And also the other thing is to like create employment opportunities, and part of that is like opening businesses. I believe that like starting a business and giving a person a job is one of the best things that you can do for that person and for their family and for the next generation. Instead of just giving handouts, I love what the government does, what the NGOs do, but I believe that there's nothing better that you can give somebody economically than a job. And so we want to partner with you guys. If you guys know somebody that wants to get involved in business in Fiji and do it in a way that hasn't been done before, email us at businessops@wakafarms.com. We are actively looking for investors to be able to expand our fresh tea and coffee brand across Fiji. And so when I say investors or investments, that means that comes with a risk as well, right? And so, you know, we intend to blow this thing up and make it, you know, a very, very profitable business. And I believe that the early adopters get the best opportunity, and so we have it open. Like we have no physical anything, like to offer you guys in Suva, and that's where most of you guys are. And so I think that this first Suva location will be the best one, and it'll kind of be like ground zero for profit and for where the fresh tea and coffee brand like trampolines off of. And so we want to get involved. We want to get you guys involved. So if you guys know somebody that wants to toss some money at something in Fiji and not just like send money to family members, but would rather like create jobs and opportunities, then send us an email at businessops@wakafarms.com. All right. Thank you guys. Let me just make sure. Alternate emails. Yeah. All right. Businessops@wakafarms.com is live. All right. There you go. So you guys can send an email to that. What else do we got here?
You heard about the controversy about the Fiji casino?
Okay. Yeah, no, I vaguely. Why?
Where it's saying,
So there's a casino that wants to open in Fiji.
yeah.
Okay.
And the developers are saying locals won't be allowed in.
Locals. Oh,
Yeah, it's like, there's a whole,
really?
yeah. It's right after the drug bust. I think ABC reported this. Just a small article, I think. But what are your thoughts around that? Is it
Debate is raging in Fiji over plans to build a $2 billion casino and hotel with up to 1,000 rooms in Nadi. The outcry over the development has been further fueled after developers said Fijian citizens would not be allowed to use the facilities. Nalini Singh, former chair of the NGO Coalition of Human Rights in Fiji, said access would be one of the questions that would need to be answered before the proposal can be taken further. So go to bio for full story. Oh, I'm going to the bio for this. Because, oh, this is great. This is great. Casino, here we go. All right. Okay, that's basically it for the article. But you better believe that I'm pulling out my Canadian passport and going into that casino and just roasting these people. Have a little hidden camera. It'll show you guys everything. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How dare you open a business and then
Yeah.
say that like we're not allowed in?
Tell us that we're not allowed in.
What the heck is that, dude? Get
What
out
do
of
you
here,
think?
man.
Why they say that? What do you think?
Well, it's probably because
We don't
there's
have
like
money to
no. I
spend,
think
or
it's
is
because
it
the government doesn't want
people to be
people
addicted.
to be gambling, and we don't have like a gambling commission like they do in the States and stuff like that. And gambling, frankly, has been like totally crippling to some of the communities in North America because it is so addicting. Because you can win big with very little, but the house always wins at the end of the day. That's the number one rule with gambling and casinos: is the house always wins. That's why people build casinos, because they figure out a way to take your money. And if you do it for long enough, eventually you lose. And I think that they're saying this because they want the government to say like, yes, like we'll let you in because we don't want this to be a problem for our citizens. But I'm definitely pulling out my Canadian passport and going in there.
Have you ever come across some people that you know that are addicted to gambling?
To gambling? Like in high school, yeah. In high school, they would like my friends would play like online poker, and like they couldn't stop, and they'd be like, but with small amounts of money.
Right.
Not anybody who was like, thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't really know anybody who's like fully on addicted. You?
Well, I've met a couple of Papua New Guineans.
Yeah?
Yeah, those guys are
With online
big
gambling?
gamblers. Well, when I was in Vanuatu,
Yeah.
we went there for studying. There was a couple of guys from Papua New Guinea that came to in that program.
Yeah.
So the first week we got our allowance, they saw at the like a casino place in Vanuatu.
Yeah.
Spend it all. Poof.
Really?
Yeah, and we were like staying together in a sort of like a homestay,
Yeah.
like a hostel kind of.
They lost it all.
Lost it all. And me and like a couple of boys had to like share our like meals with them
What?
until they
Like
get
literally all
their
their money.
yeah, they just
Whoa.
went and spend. Yeah. And the second time we told them
Crazy,
like, you
dude.
guys don't have to go there.
Yeah,
But
next
the
time you stay away from that
Yeah.
place.
Second week, another one, just like one of them or like two of them spent their money, finished it all, and like the program couldn't like keep them back, so they have to send them back
Well,
to the beginning. So
I do think gambling would be a huge problem in Fiji.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, yeah. Like if you tell people that you can come in here with $10 and you can walk out with 100, like everybody's
it's so
gonna go and
addictive.
try it too.
Well, you see, like you know, in the those carnivals, the
Yeah, yeah.
festivals, they play like the card game. Or have you ever been around those
No.
I don't think it's
In the north.
they do it anymore here.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not allowed?
I mean, in all the festivals in Fiji before, yeah, you can like, you pay for a card or something like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
I don't know how they gamble, but then people, boy,
Really?
the places will be super crowded.
Whoa.
You can walk out like 500 or like,
Yeah,
yeah,
so that's
get
gambling.
lucky
then.
enough.
Yeah.
People get so addictive with that.
Yeah. I think it would cripple this country. It would. But
But the way they were
yeah,
saying
but the
it,
way you say it is like
Yeah,
a bit.
it's like
They're saying this is like
you think
yeah.
we're little people.
That rubs me the wrong way.
Shnish.
Yeah. Turns out this casino is being set up by Grace Road. Right?
Oh yeah.
What would be an estimated money to?
Sorry,
yeah.
Yeah, good question. Yeah. How is it any different from the gambling at Grant's Waterhouse gambling?
Oh yeah, like the betting on horses and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's no different then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's gambling. It's just that's sports betting, right? It's sports betting is gambling. It's just that people who bet on sports are not necessarily the same people who will go in and pull the lever on like a slot machine.
Yeah, slot machines.
Right?
Right.
And because like it requires you kind of like knowing what's going on with the sport that you're betting on, right?
To
And
study, do your
yeah,
research.
like and so
Yeah.
that takes commitment. But if like I can just take like this like $10 bill and just insert it and then just like pull the lever and it's like cling, 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 cling,
10 grand.
and you're like, oh
Yeah.
shoot. That's just it's so I think it's just different. What do you think? I think sports betting it's still gambling. For sure it's still gambling because like you have no idea. It's just different, but it's definitely still gambling. And so I don't like there has to be parameters set for it all. I mean, maybe there's a gambling commission in Fiji. I just don't know about it. I don't know.
Normally, British Columbia government is making money from gambling.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And this episode is brought to you by steak. So you guys might see like Drake on Instagram, like he'll always like be putting like tens of thousands or hundreds
He
on steak.
gambles.
But like the thing that people don't realize about like steak and those kinds of companies is that they give these celebrities like so much like credit, and so you get like, hey, post about us, we'll give you like $500,000 worth of steak money to go and like play around with if you post about it, and so he gets to play around with all the steak money that he didn't actually have to put his own money in.
Yeah.
And so like you guys like we can't always just like take it at face value. Like when we see celebrities posting about. Sorry, I keep looking over here because I keep seeing this tree shaking, but it's because there's a mango tree, and I'm not used to seeing people in it. And it's just like, you see that?
Oh yeah.
Dude, these mangoes are so good. Have you had this one? It's like no strings or anything in it.
Yeah.
It's that like
Juicy.
the thick, meaty, juicy one.
You
Yeah.
like them thick, yeah?
Oh, so thick.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, anything?
Wow. Oh, sorry, a question here from Eddie. Hey, Bula Eddie. Question, I'm 23 and I'm looking into starting up a new business venture in Sambi. but I live in the UK. Haven't been there, but what's your thoughts?
A new business venture.
Yeah,
In where? In Fiji?
Sambi, Sambi,
How do you spell it?
SEMBI,
S-A-M?
SE.
S-E-M-B-I?
Is that a place? Or probably wait.
The
So-
movie? Sembirandrandra?
Yo,
Let us know. Give us some more details on that one. I like those ones.
oh, it's probably somewhere in the
UK?
African place. Yeah, you see that?
Sembi?
Yeah.
Huh? I don't know where that is.
Where is Sambi located?
In India.
Oh, it's a oh, Sambi Point, Central Fiji. Oi,
Where?
there's a place in Fiji called Sambi Point.
What?
Sambi Point.
Sembi Point?
Yeah.
Central Fiji? Sembi Point. Level province?
Oh, somewhere in Bao.
Really?
Yeah, this is the first time hearing about this place.
Sembi, is that
Liam,
maybe no?
It's Liam, big energy, those mangoes. Normally, big mango energy.
Big mango energy. Yeah. Big mango energy. That's what we're bringing today. Big mango energy. Give us more details on what you're talking about with the Sembi business
Yeah.
stuff, or just like what business, or maybe not what. Yeah, what business? What are you looking to do? How old are you? 23.
Yes, 23.
Okay. Yeah. Give us more details. What would be an estimated money to bring from overseas to start farming? Well, that really depends on what you're looking to farm, how much you're looking to farm. Are you looking to purchase or lease land? And yeah, there's it, like, I mean, if you want to come and lease, 20 acres and plant cabbage and beans, like, bring $5,000, to plow it. But like if you're looking to, plant lemongrass and sandalwood to be able to process and package to ship overseas, come with 150,000 or 200,000. It just depends. Can you guys do a giveaway before school starts? That's actually not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I do not hate that idea. Like a backpack full of like school supplies and stuff like that. Something like that. Let me chat with Stephanie about that. What do you and Stephanie do for fun without your boys? Do you guys go out dancing? Yeah, I love the horizontal mamba. Love doing that. Love that dance. That's actually probably my favorite dance and thing to do without the boys.
Yeah.
All my dance moves is probably mostly
What?
with
Samba?
the horizontal
What?
mamba.
I don't know. I don't actually know what the mamba dance. Could you
No?
show a little bit of?
Horizontal mamba.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! See, normally he's got his keyboard's on fire right now. Do we go dancing?
You like dancing? No, I don't
No.
see you as a person who dances. Yeah.
I'm too nervous in those places. Like nervous, like I'm watching everybody.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So if I'm in a place like that, I tend to be on like high alert, like vigilant, like standing in a place where I can see like all the entrances and all the exits. And
Dude,
I'm like
the way you acted when we the bread bank launch. Because me and Steph, we were just.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
looked you was like one Fiji bottle water, folded hands, and just like as if
Standing
you were
there.
like a bouncer or something, just looking around.
Yeah, so like
Shoot.
obviously, guys, like I am like I'll have a few drinks, but I get very uncomfortable like doing, like I definitely have like a limit for sure when I'm, especially when I'm with like around in public. Like I don't like to, I get nervous that, because like I don't feel like I need to be seen in a state where like my mind is like altered in any way. Like I always want to be like sharp and ready to like talk to somebody and not look like a fool. Maybe I don't know. If you trace it back, maybe that is like my biggest fear. And like I mean, yeah, like I have nothing against like the consumption of alcohol. I definitely think some people take it too far, and like some people don't know how to just like have like 2 or 3 beers, and that's it, right? Like the other day I went out with Sam and we had literally like 1 beer each,
Yeah.
and I was like, it's enough. You heard?
No, remember the first time you, me, Kurui, and Sam,
Yeah.
we went out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like sort of like a boys' night.
Yeah.
And then we just had like two
2
pints.
jugs.
Yeah, 2 pints each.
Yeah.
And then Corey turns to me like, "Is that all? Are we going back?" Yeah. He's like, "I'm buying 6 bottles. I'm taking him back."
Yeah. See, like I could just have a beer. And,
I was like, "Dude, we're just here to like have a chat, have
relax,
a good time,
like yeah.
chill. This is just like gentleman kind of thing."
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I don't want to drink right now. It's definitely 1.6 bottles.
That's right. That's right. You
Remember
did
that we
that.
came?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And so like, yeah, like I. So I guess okay. Go back to the actual question. What do we like to do for fun without the boys, other than the horizontal mamba?
vertical.
Yeah, vertical. No, vertical is too tough. It's difficult.
Do donuts.
Yeah, like. So me and Stephanie, like what we actually sounds super lame, but we actually love just doing business. Like that's what we talk about in our
So
pastime.
vague.
Huh?
So vague.
No, but like all of our time, like unless we go, we would love to travel more if we had the funds to be able to travel.
What do you guys used to do like back in Canada for fun?
Yeah, so we go camping,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's a good question. That's a good way to frame it. So we just did heaps of camping and snowboarding and skiing. That's what we used to do. So we've always like spent our money on experiences rather than like physical possessions or whatever. And so like I've always had what we wanted, but those things that we had so we could do like camping or snowboarding basically. And so we'd always have like a snowboard or like a ski pass for the hill every year. And so we would do that every week or probably like 2 or 3 times a month for 5 months while the ski hill was open. So that would be our weekends. And then we probably do like 1 or 2 big trips, like somewhere to another mountain somewhere. We spend the weekend there. And then, we go camping like every weekend during the summer. I love fishing. And so we just go, and our whole thing was like, we never once paid for a camp spot. And so like, there's a lot of like, you can go to small lakes that have no like actual campsites. They just have like open kind of areas in the trees. Or you can go to like lakes that have like full electric connection, nice picnic tables and like fire pits and like beaches. Like we always went to like the side places where nobody would go. And so the whole point was like, it had to be tough to get there. We wanted to be like, just be us or like, just like some other hardcore camping people. Yeah. And that was what we did for fun. And just like get out and sit around the fire. Yeah, that's the best. Just like out in the wilderness, in the cedar forest. Yeah, have a cigar and just relax around the fire. So that's what we used to do for fun. So ideally, like in Fiji, I would own a boat and then we'd be able to go out fishing. Because Stephanie has like all her dive gear, spear gun and everything. And as do I. But instead, when we came to Fiji, COVID hit, and so we're like, okay, well, instead of buying a boat like we had planned on doing, to do recreational stuff, we end up buying the tractor. It's blocked by the truck right now. And so, so that was kind of like our money that we would have spent on a boat. And so yeah, we're kind of at the mercy of other people who have boats now. I mean, but other people have been awesome, and so it's been actually good for me to be able to like learn the ways of the way of water. Or what's the name of the Avatar movie?
No,
The way of isn't it the way of water or something like that?
something like
Anyways, so I've been able to go out with other guys who know the ocean and the tides and everything better, and we get to go out with them. But I would love to have a boat and be able to go out. This is my like our idea of the most fun that we could have on a weekend.
boat.
Load up the boat with great food and great drink, and go find a beach in the middle of nowhere on an island, and just set up a tent, fire, go fishing during the day, and just like relax on the beach. And that doesn't have to be like just me and Steph. Like we love doing that with friends and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like that's
Yeah.
there's just not many people that want to do that
Here.
here,
Yeah.
and so yeah. Or there's like we have couple friends who like the guy wants to do it, but like the woman would never
woman,
ever do it.
yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah.
It's hard to find like both.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great question, though, by the way. Shout out to HKVO 2014.
Speaking of boats,
Yeah,
Gounder vessels under scrutiny.
of course. For what now?
The condition of some Gounder shipping vessels has come under scrutiny, with the Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji confirming that certain vessels have been detained for inspections. MSF Chief Executive Joeli acknowledges the services provided by the company, but emphasizes that all operators must meet certain requirements. One such requirement is the age of the vessel, which must be less than 20 years to serve the maritime communities. Has received
Must be
ongoing
less.
complaints about, Unfortunately for Mr. George, I understand he is running a business, but for us, he has made a lot of investment in buying the boats. And for us, MSF, we are working closely with him on the survey for all the defects on board the boats to
Right.
be rectified.
Right.
Yeah.
So, from my understanding, Mr. George Gounder is a very shrewd businessman. And he's very smart, he's very wise. He's obviously done very, very well for himself. I mean, he's got how many vessels sailing around Fiji? And he offers a great service to, like, I mean, like, okay, take Gounder out of, like, the picture. How do we get around? I don't know. You know, like, whether you like him or not, or whatever he does, or, like, he actually has, helped a lot of us out by giving us an option to get back and forth. He has a business, so he's had bad reviews, obviously. And, I mean, there's a lot of people who are also unhappy with the service that he provides. And I've heard, like, bad things about his business and how he has, screwed people around and stuff like that. But that's also, like, there's two sides to every story. So I'm not about to, like, badmouth him without knowing the whole story. But, like, to my understanding, he is subsidized by the government, like some of his fares. Like, I don't think the fare to go out to, like, Laos actually, like, covers the cost of his boat. And so I think the government actually, like, offsets and helps out with the fares to allow, like, Fiji citizens to, like, travel around. And so, yeah, I mean, why doesn't the government just run our ships then? If, like, we got a big problem with it. Like, they can't, they don't want to. They're not willing to make an investment. So George does have to fall under MSF rules and everything like that. But, I mean, that's nice to put these, like, really 2 years old. It's like, well, what if it's an awesome boat? What if it's a super yacht? Or what if it's a great, well looked after boat? Like, what if? So then, I don't know, maybe there's something about the 22 years old with ships that I don't understand, but, like, that's nice. So how is he going to go buy other boats? Like, that's a big investment, right? Buying ships and running them and everything. So I don't really understand that business altogether, but he's also, like, kind of giving the middle finger to the government a lot of times. I've heard, when they try, and MSAF, because he has been, what happened? They said that like he wouldn't. I think during COVID, like he wouldn't be allowed to like take money or from people that wanted to go back and forth to like a certain island group, and because something to do with his boats, like he couldn't actually like take him an income, and so he just ended up like running the boat for free for a few weeks, like just not charging,
Oh,
or like just at a complete loss. Because he was like, "Screw you guys, like I
Yeah.
can."
Yeah.
And so I do love him for stuff like that. The fact that like he does stuff like that, like you guys can't control me.
Yeah.
Like I'll do what I want. But it seems like it's also tough because he's almost got a monopoly on the shipping services in Fiji. And so if he wants to do something, he can do it, and we don't really have like a secondary option. I'm talking about like other than Level, Viti Level, like we have Interlink and stuff like that. But Interlink only has like a couple boats, right? And so when you go into like some of the other outer islands, like Gander basically services like the whole of Fiji. So there's not a lot of options for people. And monopolies are always dangerous because of this reason. But the alternative to this is that somebody starts their own shipping company and does it better than he does. And then he has to lower his rates or offer better services or clean the ships or whatever. Who do you prefer? I've never taken Interlink.
Yeah.
Never. I've always taken Gander.
Which one did we came in?
Gander.
Gander.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Gander is okay. It's just the bus situation and the
Oh yeah, those dirty buses. Yeah.
and the boat as well. 'Cause
Interlink, you prefer it?
I think Gander for now.
Yeah.
'Cause before I used to like go in Interlink because they were the fastest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like really fast.
Yeah.
And kind of get the hang of like traveling in the night with Gander.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that boat that we got in is so nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been on that boat before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the only boat that I'd love to get on every time I go across.
But you never fly back and forth. Or have you flown?
Oh yeah, I have flown. When I went to town.
But I mean between Viti Levu and Levu.
Yeah, I flew from Suva to Lambasa. And
Oh, you did?
sometimes I flew from Lambasa to Suva.
Oh, for that one, right?
Yeah.
So,
What?
but like if you look on here on Fiji Airways, like there's flights for like $90, $96. Which is like,
Yeah, I still have a friend that has connections in the travel agent,
yeah,
and I would fly for $40.
there you go. So, yeah, like you can go to Suva right now for 96. So, and the boat is how much? 65?
Well, yeah, 65.
One way,
One way. Yeah.
right? One way. So it's like, would you spend an extra $30 to fly?
I guess. Yeah, I guess so. But the thing is, it doesn't. It's not a fixated price when it comes to like flying. Yeah.
Well, if you book it now,
Yeah, if you book
then
it
it
now,
would
yeah.
it would hold, yeah.
But most people don't like
Book ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So you just
they'll
have to
just
know when the
travel.
next time you're going
Yeah.
to Suva is, yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm planning on going to Suva, I'll have to book it ahead
Yeah.
to get that decent price, right?
Yeah. But that's how I would do it. I hate going on the boat. Just takes time, right?
Yeah.
Like because like for when I've had meetings and stuff in Suva, you just leave here in the morning, you come back in the afternoon, and like you don't feel like anything's happened, you know. Facebook, how hot is it there? So I think it's 36 degrees here today, and then the rain came, and now it's nice. Love your accent. Love your accent.
I mean, to nandun.
Yeah, down there, eh? Wonder why.
Just raw yung bilin-bili for free. Normally.
Yeah, right. I wish.
Start
I
from this
wish.
siya gagawin mo.
Can you imagine?
By the time I get to Suva, you still in Reketi.
Actually, okay, we got stand-up paddleboards. So one of the things that we are going to do is we got stand-up paddleboards, but no paddles. So we got stand-up boards. We need paddles now. But one thing that I want to do is go from here all the way to the ocean on these paddle boards.
You and me, we vlog it.
Yeah. Me, you, and maybe Mike from Immersion.
And Kurui.
And Corroy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd probably rather use a kayak than a paddleboard because I'm just not that good. I would just have to practice a little bit in the river.
Yeah.
But you guys think that'd be pretty cool? Like, because I don't think anybody's ever done it from like Sangango all the way to the ocean.
When we paddle, you know what we're talking about? Bring our basin, grog.
Yeah.
Just sit on the paddleboard, paddle down.
Taki,
Taki,
fish.
fish.
Like when you
And
reach the big river, eh?
We camp all along
Yeah,
the way.
along the way.
Whoa! That would be,
That'd be fun, eh?
that would be such a good vlog.
But then when you get to the ocean, like, what would we do?
And then we call Ellen to come pick us
Yeah.
up.
Oh, yeah. We could. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we could do.
Yeah. And
You're
then we
right.
just from there go that way to the Kumpati. And then come
And
back.
get picked up from there.
Yeah, Steph could like meet us.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That'd be good. Any other questions?
Wind service normally. You heard about this? Oh, okay, this is this article, right? 14,000 weekly loss after lease non-renewal.
Okay, what?
14,000 weekly loss after lease.
Oh, really?
non-renewal. Yeah,
For what? A Matangali or what?
I guess so. A dairy farmer. A dairy farm in Waimaro, Teleu has lost about $14,000 in weekly income since his farm lease was not renewed in 2019. He told the newspaper non-renewal of lease has cost him $2,000 a day in
Whoa.
lost income. Owner of the Bir Balak Singh farm, Birenda Singh, said aside from suffering from the loss of income for the family, his dream of continuing his father's dairy farm looked gloomy. Mr. Singh said the farm had been in the family since the early 1960s, and he was now in charge of it, right?
Yeah.
So his wife, Sartika, said before 2019, they were producing close to 2,000 liters of milk
Per day.
per day, an average of $2,000. But after selling the cows, they now only manage to process 250 to 300 liters, which is worth about $300. She claimed that in 2021 they were told by landowners to stop dairy farming on the land.
Oh. In 2021, they stopped us from doing any farming, but this is our bread and butter, she said. I've got kids to feed. The landowners don't even want us to make a shed for the chickens, to not extend anything outside our house. She said they were told by landowners not to milk any more cattle, and it had been more than a year since they last used their dairy shed and milking equipment. She added that they raised their concerns in a letter to the Prime Minister's office and were advised to contact the TLTB. I don't know where we're going to end up or what we're going to do. We're still waiting. So his lease was not renewed.
And now with the change of laws, right?
What is the change of law?
You know, like the landowners are taking back the land.
Or like because they don't have to renew the lease? Or it's
Yeah.
up to them if they want to renew the lease? Right.
Now. Whereas before, usually they just go to TLTB and they can renew it again.
They can renew
Sort
it.
of thing.
Right.
But now it's up to the landowners.
Right.
Yes or no?
So the good thing about leases is that like it actually it puts a price tag on the land. And so I was talking about this with somebody who's much, much smarter than me. And he said, the problem with us Itauke Fijians is that like the land isn't actually worth anything. Like it's in our blood and it's, it's part of us, but it's when it comes to monetary value, it has none. So, say like one of the houses down here, the family's moved out. There's nobody actually living in the house other than, some people who come every now and then from other villages. But that house is not worth anything. But if, say, just say, for instance, right, Koroi and Tui are living here, right? But they're not from this village. What if Tui had a wife and a family or whatever, and they wanted to move here and they wanted to buy that house? And they could, or somebody else in the village just wanted to buy that house. Like say for me, I don't have a house. I'm looking to build a house, hopefully this year. What if I could just offer them some money and buy their house? And then there's actually an exchange of funds. Like I give them money, and now the house belongs to me. Now they are able to take that money and go do other things with it. The problem with the land in Fiji is that like we don't exchange money for it. And so I know that there's a lot of cultural stuff to go along with that. But what we have, the biggest thing that we have, the most important thing that we own as Itoke people is the land. But the land is worth nothing because we're unwilling to trade on it. So I say that because like the most valuable thing you can own in the world is land. But if you're not willing to commoditize it, then it becomes worth less, and you end up just having a bunch of it and not doing anything with it. And so, for this Matangali, whoever it is, in Tailevu, Waimaro, like...
Waimaro.
Waimaro?
Waimaro.
Waimaro.
Yeah.
Waimaro.
Waimaro.
Waimaro! What did I say? Waimaro?
Waimaro. Waimaro.
Like the land is now worth nothing because there's value in the land and somebody's willing to pay for that land. But they have decided that it's more valuable to keep the land for themselves than for maybe valid reasons. I don't know the story. But I'm just saying the danger with where we're headed is that we take back all the land and then our economy is very weak, or becomes very weak, and then they just end up forcing it away from us anyways in the end. And so we can have all the land and desire all the things that we want from a 21st century democracy, and you're not going to get it because you're not willing to do anything with the land, because the people who have the ability to develop it aren't able to, because you're just able to say like no.
I would say it'd be good for those who have lost that land from like the dealings before, the under the desk kind of dealings, because that's what have been happening to some of the landowners' land, that they didn't know that their land has been taken, has been leased. Then they asked, and then they track it back to TLTB, and this has been approved.
Right.
So it'd be good for those people who, who've lost their land in that way. And for those who, I'm just saying, the people who lost their land in that way, or on the underground dealings, and those who wanting to, do a business and they don't have that land.
Yeah,
they
right.
want to do it.
Right.
So it'd be good.
Yeah,
for
because
those
there's a lot of land. I guess this is also like to fight corruption.
Yeah.
There's lots of under the table stuff, eh? Right.
Because I've had that experience in my house, in my family.
And you
family's
marro
land.
somebody there.
Nay, nay maru. My dad gave us a piece of land for us to build a house, right?
Right.
And we were growing up, we were gonna build a house over there, and we got there and we found out that there was this other guy who's, I would say, just not Itoke, who's have taken that piece of land.
Right.
And we checked back, we didn't know how they took it and how did they own that 1 hectare land, and it's for 99 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so we can't we can't get it back because everything is like all black and white, but we don't know how they get it or how who approved it or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's all those kind of dealings that was happening back when the previous government was leading.
I feel like if you guys had money for lawyers and stuff, that would easily be overturned in the court of law.
Yeah.
Like, show us the 60% approval from the Matangali and all this stuff, right? Where's the paperwork? Where's the signatures? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, this is not the only. I feel like a lot of Fijians have experienced this.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people who are educated, wise, or take it to the court or like,
Yeah. Yeah.
And knowing, like Fijians' ways, just okay, just leave it.
Okay, he'll see.
He'll see. He'll get it. He'll get it eventually. That kind of thinking. But yeah.
Saw nudes on my wife's phone. Last night my wife showed me a picture on her phone, then accidentally scrolled to the left into her photo roll. It was a nude of her that I'd never seen. How dare she? When I went to grab her phone, she immediately grabbed it and refused to hand it over. When I asked WTF, she said she took them for herself, but refused to let me go through her phone. What are your thoughts? So, obviously this is very weird, and you should be, I would be questioning, what's going on. But also, don't keep your nudes in your photo album. Like, hide them. There's a thing you just click hide or lock it up in an app somewhere. And then, like, yeah, just very suspicious all around.
All I can say is, bro, see you at the gym.
Huh?
Yeah.
But where there's smoke, there's
I was like, yeah.
fire.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think something's going on there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. But you might just have to, do a little bit of self-investigation. You know?
Better go to that lawyer's office.
To that lawyer's office,
Yeah.
If someone disrespects me, should I fight back? I'm at the end of my high school years and don't know what to do. If someone disrespects me physically by pushing, getting in my face, etc. I know that it isn't worth it to start a fight if someone calls me names, but what if they get physical? On one hand, it feels terrible to get disrespected like that, especially in front of friends and other people. But the other, it's a bad idea since you can get very hurt, and it is overall immature thing to do. I don't live in a dangerous area, so I'm not likely to get stabbed if there's a fight. Someone disrespects me, to go back to the original question, should I fight back? No, I would always walk away. Always walk away. And if someone disrespects you and like puts their hands on you, then you should probably just learn a couple of jiu-jitsu moves, like how to put them in a choke or a triangle or a arm bar or something like that. So that you don't actually have to, because the thing about jiu-jitsu is that was awesome, is that it's so humiliating for the other person because they don't actually know what happened, but you're not actually laying your closed fists on them. And so you're not giving them brain trauma or like leaving a mark on their body. They're simply in a position where like they can't move and you can break their arms or choke them unconscious without them being willing. And so just learn a few of those moves. That's what I would do. If you're always in a position like that. And if you are always in a position like that, then get new friends. Yeah. Money advice. I'm 18. Should I take 1/3 of what I make each payment into cash? And when I want to buy something, pay something off, use the cash? I feel like I'd like to see it go. The psychology would make me not spend like an idiot. Use it for holidays, new things, and so on, then fully save what I put into my bank. Okay, what? Should I take 1/3 of what I make in each payment into cash? When I want to go buy something, use the cash. Well, you should probably, 1/3 is a lot. I would max at like probably 1/5, like 20%. Like 20% of your money you can use for blowing it if you want to, or like savings. Even less than that, but 1/3 is simply too much. And when you see something you want, don't buy it, and figure out how you can take the money that you have to like make more money, so then you can pay for that thing. Instead of just like, so delay gratification, because a lot of times if you just don't buy it, you'll realize like you're okay without it. But like it's the instant gratification purchases that it's just where people like get themselves in a bind, where they see something that they just like, oh, I want that, so I'm gonna buy it. But if they would have just waited like a day or just walked past the store and then had to come back, they wouldn't have spent the money. So I would say spend not 1/3 on like fun stuff or things that aren't necessary for like living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely.
Read this article. Can I read it out?
Yeah.
A woman donated her kidney to save the life of her boss. who then fired her for taking too long to recover.
But she donated the kidney to them.
Yeah, she donated it to the boss, and
Whoa.
the boss fired her for taking too long to
Dude,
recover.
that is messed up. Really?
Bro, imagine if that was you.
Whoa.
A woman from Long Island, New York, lost her job in 2011 after giving a kidney to save her boss's life. Debbie Stevens, a 47-year-old single mother of two, filed a complaint with the New York State Human Rights Commission last Friday. She claims that her boss, Jackie, 61, who is one of the West sleep controllers for Atlantic Automotive Group, a billion-dollar dealership operator, exploited her organ donation and fired her after she got what she needed. Stevens, as an assistant in January 2019, Stevens said that her boss treated her harshly and cruelly after the kidney donation surgery, making her feel like she was hired only for the sake of getting her kidney.
Whoa.
Even though Stevens was not a perfect kidney match for Boucher, she still donated her organ to someone in another state to help Boucher move up on the organ donor list.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
Wow, it's even hard to comment on this one. That's messed up, eh? Wow.
You see,
So she donated a kidney
yeah.
to help her boss,
Yeah.
and then she got fired because she took too long off of work because of her donating a kidney.
Yeah, and because she took too long to
Yeah,
recover.
too long to recover. Dude, that is a terrible human being.
Normally, really? Are you kidding me right now?
Wow. Are you kidding me right now?
And that kids, when your boss says we're family, they're only lying. So don't trust your boss. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I definitely don't trust that boss, for sure. Dude, taking too long to recover, and you get fired. And you're trying to do something good like that.
Like that.
Well, that boss definitely had to come in.
Yeah?
It has to come in, for sure. I don't believe in karma, but something terrible is coming for that person.
Definitely.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. This one said, this article, influencer spends $175,000 on most painful leg lengthening surgery to grow 6 inches.
Whoa. Wanted to get taller?
Yeah.
Whoa. 6 inches is a lot of extra length.
What if you could pay to become tall?
A height.
Instagram influencer spent thousands of dollars on a lower limb lengthening surgery to stretch his legs to add an additional 6 inches to his height in order to become 6 feet tall. The 29-year-old has reportedly, did that, leave his only 5'8" height behind, describing the procedure as the most painful surgery ever.
Dude. You're going to have like a long, femur or something like that. I wonder what bone they extend.
Yes, my legs are pretty, but I hate them. I am self-conscious like almost all human beings.
It's a girl?
A guy.
Oh.
With some parts of my body, and I have a couple 100 million pesos to use here to change it.
Whoa.
I had an issue with my legs that I don't really want to talk about because it's very personal. But one of the things that had the most impact on me was to do with leg stretching.
Wow. Go for it, I guess.
This is probably one of the craziest things I've ever heard about people spending money on.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of people, spending money on acquiring extra length in other areas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
I've been hearing
that.
Yeah.
Extra 6 inches of height?
Yeah.
Dude.
Shin bone, I think.
Shin bone? Oh. Dude, that would look so awkward. Like, that'd be so noticeable. Extra 6 inches of shin. Like, you see your friend one day, and then you see them a few weeks later, and they're extra 6 inches taller, all in the shins. It'd be so hard to touch your toes and, do your shoes up and everything like that. Yeah. You'd be like a little T-Rex or something. Oh, dear. Okay, people. Well, on that note, we are going to end it for today. Shout out to everybody who's been on the live with us. Thank you guys for joining. Shout out to the team that's prepping for the Olympics, the boys, the Fiji Sevens, and everybody else. Olympics is this year, which is hard to believe. 2021 Olympics, or 2020 Olympics was pushed up to 2021. And so shout out to you guys who are going to be headed off for that and training for that. And yeah, hopefully we can do some exciting things with some of the Olympians coming up here very, very soon. We'll keep you guys posted on that. But in the meantime, thank you, Norm. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. And we'll see you guys on Friday at 4:30. My name is Jonathan. This is On the Mat. And we'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Peace.